was a prophetess who dwelt in the margins of her society, yet close to the heart of God. In the temple courts, where the echoes of prayer and psalms adored the air like tapestry, Anna, a widow woman of devout faith, lived her days. She was as a fixture, as constant as the stones that held up the temple, a living testament to a life poured out in worship and waiting. Her story is not one written with fanfare, but with a quiet strength of the overlooked. In a society where her voice might have been silenced by her status, it was instead amplified by the divine. In the dappled light of the temple, amidst the murmur of the countless prayers, Anna moved like a shadow, her presence as much a part of the sanctuary as the ancient stones themselves. She had known the temple colonnades and courts for decades, her life a testament to the faithfulness that time could not erode. A widow, cloaked in solemnity with her loss, she chose not the solitude of grief, but the companionship of her God, serving him with fasts and prayers night and day. On this day, something stirred within her, a whisper of the Spirit, perhaps a gentle yet insistent pull towards the temple's heart where she spent her hours in quiet vigil. Her steps, guided by an unseen hand, led her to a moment ordained since the world's foundations. There she saw her, a young woman bearing the weight of a promise in the form of a child, wrapped in snuggly, simple, swaddling clothes. And as they approached the altar, Anna's heart quickened, her aged eyes discerning what her spirit had known instantly. Redemption had come. Not with the fanfare of trumpets, but with the soft coo of an infant. Without hesitation, Anna approached her with every wrinkle etched within the wisdom of the years, her every gesture imbued with the grace of the devout. And Mary watched, perhaps perplexed, perhaps expectant, as the prophetess of a woman who had dwelt in the fringes of the temple life now stepped toward to behold their child. Anna's gaze met that of the infant, and in the depths of those young eyes, she saw the dawning of an age to come. Her voice, long used to the cadences of prayer, now lifted in a crescendo of praise and thanksgiving. She spoke of a child to all around, her words not just those of an old woman's hope, but the prophecy of a seer. She proclaimed the child's identity to all who awaited the consolation of Israel, the Redeemer who would shine light in the temples and the world's shadows. As her proclamation faded, Anna stood in silent awe, her life's vigil complete. In the presence of the child, she found the beginning of the story she had been waiting to tell. A story not of an end, but of a glorious beginning. In the twilight of her years, she had witnessed the dawn, and in her heart, she knew that her God, the one she had served so faithfully, had kept his most precious promise. Here in the presence of Christ's child, Anna's marginalized voice became a conduit of divine truth, a clarion call that resonated with the hope and promise of salvation. Her witness reminds us the voices we need to hear are most often those that come from the edges, from those whose society is pushed aside. As we sit with Anna's story, let us take with us two profound truths. One, celebrate the joy of first witness. Like Anna, let us recognize and celebrate the presence of Christ in our lives. Let us share the transformative joy of encounters with Jesus, bearing witness to his redemptive work in the world. And then amplify marginalized voices. In a world quick to dismiss the quiet voice, let us be intentional to listen to and uplift the stories and insights of those who, like Anna, may be living on the fringes. There is prophetic wisdom there, and in their words, we may just find the echoes of God's voice. May Anna's devotion and bold proclamation inspire us to live out our faith with similar courage and conviction. In this Advent season, as we anticipate the coming of love, may we do so with eyes open to see the sacred in unexpected places, and with ears tuned to hear the divine truths spoken by the least among us.